The so-called Fight for 15 hitting Capitol Hill, the Progressive Caucus pushing for a House vote on the Raise the Wage Act, which would double the federal minimum wage to $15 by 2024. Now, Congress last approved a wage increase in 2007. If this one passes, what impact will it have on the economy?
I think it'll do a lot for capital spending because you're going to have a lot more automation. I mean, that is the bottom line. And we've seen this in various industries when the minimum wage is driven up artificially, and it is artificial in a case like this where the government's mandating it. Basically, how do businesses respond? They come up with ways to end up laying off people. And it's not overnight, but over the long term, it will definitely encourage that.
I just want to read, by the way, something from somebody who passed away this week. He was a great friend of ours, Marty Feldstein. He was a wonderful professor of economics at Harvard. He wrote a lot about minimum wage. He said there is an overwhelming consensus that a higher minimum wage would reduce employment and that those who are displaced will be the low-skilled youth who now have the hardest time in getting work. The experience of Europe, where the unemployment rate has now reached twice that of the U.S., shows the danger of traveling along the road to higher minimum wages. Gary, you admired the man, right?
Look, absolutely. It's called logic, David. Look, when you mandate higher costs to business, they're going to react. And how are they going to react? A, they're going to go to automation. I don't know if you've seen airports with all the kiosks, and if you go into McDonald's with the same, that's number one. And you know what else happens? Somebody who would get a job at maybe $10 or $11 an hour will not get one at $15 an hour. Right. If deemed, and you'll have less employment also. Look, Aunt Mary and Uncle Bob running small businesses, if they can't take the costs, they are going to do something about it. It's just simple logic that government does not have any of.
I think when you're talking about automation, though, I think that's inevitable because it's something that companies are doing so that they can reduce costs. But I agree the focus should be on small businesses, and we've seen some weakness just as of late in May. So that is a concern as to how they can afford it. But if we're going to look on the flip side, because we always have to look at the other side, it could reduce welfare spending. It could reduce employee turnover. It could reduce just in terms of poverty in general because people will have more money to save. And then I'll leave this, Jonathan, for you. Tipping. Wait, guys, waiters. It'll increase the minimum wage for waiters, which I think may resonate amongst some of the socialists. Go ahead, Jonathan.
And what you have is less waiters. I mean, Christina, we don't have to figure this out. This has been proven time and time again. Marty Feldstein, the Labor Department, when the first minimum wage was instituted 80 years ago, discovered that it hurt poor people specifically. Even look to Seattle, which instituted that minimum wage a few years ago. A study just recently proved that low-income people lost. They lost, on average, about $124 per month after the minimum wage was put in to help them. So this is just rich elected bureaucrats trying to feel good about playing around with other people's money. Wages are not arbitrary. And as Gary said, you can't hire somebody for $15 an hour who only produces at $7.
Yeah. There's always a simple solution. Let the market bear itself out. And if you don't like what you're being paid, go somewhere else. Simple as that.
And the stupidest thing is to make it nationwide doesn't even make any sense. The cost of living is literally 150% difference between, Birmingham, Alabama, and San Francisco. So what on earth does that even mean? You know what it is? It's a great slogan. Terrible policy.
Right. And as a former waiter, I got to say, your money's in tips, not in minimum wage.
That is
Make
true.
the money in tips. AOC knows that, by the way.